Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the Honda Odyssey Misfire case study. We got ourselves a brand new OEM fuel injector in stock. Excuse my voice. There it is. Comes with the O-rings, gaskets, etc. So all we got to do is replace this guy right here. Not as easy as it looks. The whole top intake manifold has to come off, throttle body, and that way we can pull the rear fuel rail out and replace that one injector. Book time on this, I looked it up, it's like 4.5 hours, so we'll see how long it takes. It doesn't look that bad, but I don't know why they quote 4.5 hours. That's what I quoted the customer. He okayed the repair, so let's get to it. So I didn't get any gaskets for this thing. He said he just took it apart cleaning some EGR passages or something. This looks kind of new here. There's a broken bolt. He said he snapped that off. So I don't know, let's just, might be a little over torqued. There you go. These little bolts, they're very easy to over torque. Alright. Ooh, check this out. We got a puddle of gas in here. I think we're on the right track. And that's the runner going to number 1. It's kind of a weird pattern, but I think there's so much fuel in here. If that pintle was staying open way too long and, you know, kind of sticking, closing late, that would explain this for sure. That's pretty neat. More confirmation that we're on the right track. Just looking at this thing, you know, we have our main bolts right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, couple nuts, 8, 9. But there's nothing really attaching, you know, the intake manifold to the engine. So if we unbolt this whole contraption, and I just took off the brake booster hose here and then the intake air temp sensor wire. If we can lift this up and just kind of shift it over, not disconnecting anything here, there's no reason we can't pull that fuel rail up a little bit and replace an injector. So we're going to try that path of least resistance. I want to do a little tool comparison here. Here's my old DeWalt 12 volt impact driver. This thing has served me for like, I don't know, 6, 7 years. I beat on it. It still works. I'm wondering if it has enough torque to take off these fasteners. Let's try it. There's one. Two. Now for the bolts. And it's actually doing it. With some effort. Just recently for my birthday, I got the 20 volt version. Looks almost exactly the same. Actually, it's even a little bit shorter. Made in the USA, that's cool. The battery pack, however, is like twice the size. So let's pop this guy out, put it in the 20 volt, and I want to see how powerful this baby is by comparison. Let's try the same bolts here. Wow! Holy crap! Sick! This has like 3 times the torque. I think I'm gonna like this thing. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna try to lift it up. I don't know if that little middle piece is going to come off or not. Doesn't really matter. Oh, okay, that stud goes all the way through, so this needs to come up and then off. Alright, no big deal. I think in that case, all this stuff, plenty of room there. We just disconnect the air box and lift this thing off as a unit. Alright, with the air tube disconnected, let's try this. I think there's enough clearance with everything. Some of these clips I might have to undo. We'll just take all the connectors out of here. Alright. And this guy too, why not? Map sensor. Now I think what else is holding you back? Okay, there's a hose. Might be, is that a coolant hose or an air hose? There's only one way to find out. Alright. Piece of cake. Awesome. There's our injector. There's our fuel rail. Everything's accessible now. Alright, we're pretty much ready to take off this fuel rail. I got the little sub-harness unplugged and out of the way. There's also some kind of little air hose into here. Don't know what that's for. Don't really care. Blew everything out with compressed air. And now we need to get to these fastening bolts right there. You can probably see it. There's one. There's one on the other side, and pull this rail up. Before taking it out, I like to spray a little magic WD-40 on all of the O-rings so they come out nicely out of the actual case, out of the manifold. So, and all these injectors are obviously coming out, so might as well spray all of them. See how it goes. So now that we have WD-40 sprayed on the O-rings, you can actually just twist each injector a little bit to free it up from that gasket down there. And they should start coming up without too much issue. There you go, there's the whole rail. Sweet. Okay. So now there might be fuel pressure in here, but we just twist this injector out. That's the one we're after. The other ones I want to, I want them to stay in the rail, not disturb those O-rings. If you're going to mess something up, it's going to be the O-ring that connects the injector to the rail. So don't disturb those if at all possible. There you go. We got a little squirt. So pressure is relieved. Now this rail can come up just a little bit more. And get this injector out of here. It's a little tough to do one-handed, but you get the idea. Alright, here's the old one. Yeah, it's a little black on the tip, but with this kind of failure you won't be able to see exactly what went wrong. The pintle, you can see is way in there, the little shiny part, but it's bad. We know that. Here's a new one. Make sure it matches. Key in. I remember this from Honda motorcycles. That's the brand of the carburetor. Now they make fuel injectors. So I guess at one point that thing used to be green. But otherwise it looks like They should all work and match up. Now this gasket I want to install in the intake manifold first. Let's get the old one out. See how crusty it is. Get a little pick tool. Get in here. Actually, it's still very pliable. So, but we're replacing it since we have a new one. Pop it in. So do the same with the O-rings, just a little bit of WD-40. Never hurt anyone. Same on the little gasket there. Perfect. Alright, the fuel rail is back together. All the injectors are plugged in. Honda makes it actually nice and easy. We'll dry everything off. And now is a good time to check for fuel leaks. So we'll turn the key on, pressurize the pump, and make sure we're not spraying fuel anywhere. Because I have gotten burned by stuff like that before. By the way, free tip, what is it, Tuesday? Pop the key in and hold pressure like you're turning it on. Boom, it works. And again. And again. I don't think we're spraying gas anywhere. Everything looks good. Alright, let's pop the manifold back on and see if this thing fires up nice and smooth. Alright, time to torque some bolts. Man, this thing is beastly. Nice and even. I know. Let's get the torque wrench out, look up some specifications, because people are going to yell at me if I just buzz these down. Actually, I would just do it by feel. You know, this type of bolt, I would torque to, oh, let's say 12 foot-pounds. Let's look up the specification. Well, I found the bolt sequence, but where's the number? Mechanical specifications, bolt sequence and service specifications. Where are the torques? Cylinder head. Let me keep looking. Alright, here we go. Here's the intake manifold. There's that long bolt, it looks like. And torque specification is 16 foot-pounds. So that would have been pretty close. Alright, here we go with the torque wrench. I bet Mike, the flat rate master, would be laughing at me right now. He's like, Ivan, that's not how you make flat rate. Well, Mike, those people on YouTube, they'll rip you to shreds if you don't follow the protocol. We'll do it. Nice and even. Go through all the bolts. No, I know, this is the right way to do it. Nothing wrong with that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. Now that top cover. So actually you can see right here is the EGR passage, and this thing distributes, I think, the EGR gas to each one of these ports. So each cylinder gets the correct amount of EGR flow because this guy right here, that's interesting. So actually these are the restrictors. You can see the hole's bigger than the gasket. Man, look at all these intricate, it's like a little maze in here. The gas flows here, and then one cylinder, and another, and the third. Same on this side. That's why it runs so smooth, right? And by the way, I extracted that little stud, just grabbed it, twisted it out. Yes, we're going to replace it. We find a little replacement bolt, go through these and torque these down, and we're almost done. Hey, I found the exact replica in the stash. A little rustier, but it will work just fine. Might have to give it a little good luck juice. There we go. Perfect. These ones I just do by feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Happy with that. Just got some stuff left over to plug in. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And can't forget our map sensor. This thingy hanging out here. Where does it want to go? It wants to go through here and up to here. There, it even has its own little hook. Honda is always really good about routing stuff. This is not a Chrysler. Everything has its very own specific home, every little cable and harness. Let's see. And just the PCV valve. Plug that back in down there to the valve cover. Got our booster hose. And do you like working on cars single-handed? It's fun for a little while. This is like the last piece of the puzzle here. Put the clip back on in its happy spot right there. Think that's it. That's all the hoses we pulled off. Alright guys, back on. All the vacuum hoses. Wasn't really much to pull off. Let's fire it up. Check your vital fluids. Definitely coolant in there. Definitely coolant in there. Maybe a little overfull of oil, but that's fine. Okay, that's good. Let's hear it run. That's it. Tired of waiting. What was that, like? 1 hour job. Ready? Oh baby. Love it. Smooth as silk. We'll take it for a little test drive. Make sure everything's perfect. And that cylinder hasn't been running well for a while. Plug in the scanner, clear out the codes. This thing should be as good as new. Alrighty. Key on. Jump in the scanner. Let's just do EOBD, clear the codes out, take it for a spin. Maybe look at the fuel trims. Can we just select that one? Yeah, it has to go through all these. Yep, so that's the IAT because we had it unplugged when we were testing the fuel pressure. So clear all these out. Oh my gosh, just generic. Wait, didn't I say clear fault code? There we go. Yes. Yes. Okay. Make sure we're starting from scratch. No fault code. Okay, great. And let's look at our live data. Engine RPM. Let's just do long-term bank 1, short-term bank 1, and short-term. Where's bank 2? No, maybe it's a average value. It shouldn't be. Alright, just look at those. Graphical. Sounds good. Take it for a spin. Let's see how she accelerates. Oh man, it's torquey. Very nice. Clean the rust off the rotors. It is a smooth engine. That's it. Fixed. Alright, back in the shop. Sweet. I like this van. Smooth, torquey, very comfy. Runs beautiful. Here's our fuel trims. You can see within a few percent of zero. Long term, short term. Let's just double check for codes. Read fault code. No fault code, just the way we like it. Let's see which monitors ran since DTC's cleared. Pass, pass, pass. Let's see. Okay. Supported tests which are continuous. So, comprehensive, not complete, not supported. Fuel system monitoring. Misfire monitoring. I'm not a huge fan of this. Supported tests run at least once per trip. Catalyst not complete. EGR not complete. EVAP not complete. Oh, okay, we can scroll up. Is there anything that is complete? Can't believe it didn't run any tests. Status of test run. Okay. Oh. Catalyst monitoring. Ready. Pass. EGR pass. Evap not complete. Catalyst pass. Oxygen heater pass. Secondary air system. Anyways, just evap's not complete, I guess. A little confusing here. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching. That was an interesting case study. I've never seen a fuel injector fail in that mode with the pintle like sticking, and we could see it on the voltage trace on the control side with our scope. So without a scope, I don't know, what would you do? Just throw a part at it? Maybe get lucky? That's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. A little bonus footage. I'm curious how you guys would charge for this job, diagnostics and repair. So personally, I charged them 1.5 hours for diagnostics just because the problem was kind of unique, and without special tools, without the scope, other shops could not have made the call 100% guaranteed, you know, like you have to. So 1.5 hours for diagnostics, and the repair book time to replace one injector was 4.5 hours. It took me about 1 hour. I charge them for 3 hours. I think that's more than fair. So post in the comments if you think that's a fair way to go on this one, or if you have other schemes. Maybe the flat rate master can chime in and tell me I'm wrong. I should just charge 4.5 hours for the repairs and nothing for diagnostics. I don't know. But I think you have to be fair, and the customer will appreciate that. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.